We had flied continentally. We remain somewhat on continental news, but within a different department. We are departmentalizing this entire conversation. And where are we going now? Coaching. We're going to start fun, come back home. And we all know what's going here on very much around here. Moroka Swallows, Swallows is reminding me of a song. Then you come right here, next thing when I'm back door. How can when she never took her eyes off me? Shaggy, it wasn't me. Because it's a mess. It's in a bad situation. It's horrible. It's so yes, it's such a it paints the PSL in such a bad image that it's bad. Like the whole situation there is very toxic for several reasons, right? But one of them is the fact that how they approach the whole situation is bad. 22 of their first team players have been suspended. Um and Komphela's now in a situation of which the the manager of the team doesn't communicate with him and speaks with the players directly. So he's the line of communication that's being left out of the entire conversation and this entire whole thing. And the reason why 22 of the first team players have been suspended is because they went on strike for the unpaid wages of which they were entitled to during the December period. Since that time, just that last episode I did, still seems as though the thing is still an issue at the moment. So now, and I feel for Komphela, man. Like what he's in, it's like a toxic relationship, with it's a toxic relationship with a girl who thinks they are a 10, but in reality they're 6. I'm pausing here because if this person watches the episode, I'm talking to you. You see, you're the 6. I was the fucking 10. I've always been a fucking 10. And you thought you were a 10 just because you are associated. No, beauty doesn't translate. I've always been a 10. I'm a demigod, for goodness sakes. Peter, not Peter. Steve Komphela's a 10. Or let's say he's an 8. He's not that a he's quite an experienced and a good manager, but he's not 10. Let's say he's an 8. And he thought, Moroka Swallows thought that they were 10 just because they were associated with it. Like, no, bitch, the fuck? You a 6. If you fuck up, we gonna leave, my nigga. Why the fuck an 8 understands their worth. Komphela's an 8. He's an accomplished manager. He has a lot of experience and he's had a lot of success in South African football. Now, Solos is the girl that thinks they're 10, but in actual reality, they're a 6. And they're banking on the fact that they're associated with the 10, so now an 8. So now they think they're like an 8 or 10. No, he's still a 6. You need him, he doesn't need you. If you get relegated, he can still find another job in the PSL. And baby boy, baby girl, he will definitely find another job. So what are you going to do? What you finna do? You need to find a way out for yourself. But then you doubt. The clout got to your head. You're not her. Solos is not them. They were down and about a couple of years ago. Now you think you can turn on him? You need him. He don't need you. You overestimated your place in the nigga life. That's why you at where you at and I'm at where I'm at. You can't fuck around and play with me. Who do you think you is? Solos, who do you think you is? You're not them. You ain't been that person since back in the early 2000s, late 90s, early 90s. But now you're not them. And they're the toxic girl who don't communicate and throw temper tantrums thinking that he gonna come back, whatever the hell he says, and they don't have good communication skills. That's why they're not going straight to Komphela and they're going below him. and going past him to get information through. You don't treat a 10 or an 8 like a 1 if you yourself are a 6. Don't ever don't ever underplay or undermine the position that Komphela plays in your team. Respect that man. He deserves respect more than many other niggas out here. But you choose not to give him that respect. You're going to see where you're going to find yourself. You're going to find yourself in a relegation battle. You might even find yourself relegated. Because he's one of the main reasons why your team is at where it's at. Respect it. Respect the man. You know what I'm saying? That it's a toxic relationship. Because it's like they're mistreating him. Like, you don't need to do all of this. Act your act your number and do the right thing. Communicate with the nigga. Don't think that you can throw temper tantrums and go to the side and he'll sort himself out because you can get better out. You'll never find better, boo boo. He's the best that you got. Especially if you get relegated, you're fucked. The fuck? But that's that on Swallows. It's a very sad story, but a very true story at the same time. So that's that on that.